Hello and welcome. I'm Maria Luziara. I'm health and wellness coach, transformation coach, nutritionist, and whatnot. But most importantly, I'm a student of life. And today I want to talk about the fact that you can tick off pretty much any goal in your life while or actually by living on autopilot. So most people think that living on autopilot is pretty dangerous, and I was just the same. It had a really bad connotation for me because it felt like you're just living day in and day out without ever thinking about what you want to do, like why you do stuff. I'm not like that anymore. But kind of really understanding what it means or what it can mean to live on autopilot is the reason that my life has changed so fast and is also evolving so fast since then. Because it's not just living in habits and emotions and letting yourself be carried through this, okay? It's not about that. It's about living life really intentional and building structures so that you can flow to your goal and arrive at your goal as a natural consequence. Because I love automated systems. I love to flow through my life, and I don't constantly want to think about how to do this, like when is the right time to do whatever, okay? I have set up systems that do that for me. So most people manifest, like we all manifest, every single thing that you experience in your life is a manifestation of yours, an outward experience of your inner self. And most people do that by living in their emotion or inconsistent structures, inconsistent habits that bring them nowhere. And this is not just really tiring, it can also be quite devastating when you experience this kind of malfunction over and over again. We want results, but we don't really want to become that person, and this is not how it works. But how do you really become the person that is living your dream life, is living in your dream house, having your relationship of your dreams, having the family of your dreams, the friendships of your dreams, whatever? You have to become that person. And how do you really become that? It is through building yourself up to be that. Building habits, doing the things over and over again in your life until you can forget them, okay? Until they become a second nature to you, until it's so normal you couldn't think about anything else. Okay, in kind of my previous life, I was living in constant chaos, and now I love structure because it brings me somewhere. It got me out of a constant survival stage or survival mode I was in, because structure removes chaos. And all of this happens through routines, real systems, standards you set. Okay, where do you fall back to? Your standard is where you are, like the ground zero you are falling back to. It's not the best thing that you can imagine. It's just like level zero, okay? What is your standard? What are your habits? What are your habitual emotions? Because structure can carry you when emotions fluctuate, okay? Emotions will fluctuate, and emotions are here to be experienced. But I'm a firm believer in not letting myself be carried only by emotion. I've been the biggest victim to that, and this brought me nowhere. Maybe you can relate. So what the real key is embody. And you only learn to embody things when you are them, okay? But how do you become it? By repeating yourself over and over again. There is no perfection, there is only mastery built by repetition. So you have to continue your structure even when doubt appears, but you only have to continue them for a couple weeks until you really are them. It's just a phase of your life that can change the whole direction of your life, okay? So stop negotiating with your old self. Let her die off and try not to look back, please. So for me, what autopilot really means, or living on autopilot really means, is freedom. Because I don't have to overthink every single step that I take, and my life is naturally unfolding towards the goals that I as a natural consequence, am achieving. And this is so simple actually, but it's just a task. Like, you just have to do it over and over again. Set up a calendar, whatever you need, okay? Maybe you have to remind yourself with post-its, or there are like 1,000 things that help you stay in your structure. And I'm happy to help with that. But whatever you need, you have to keep going. And also surround yourself with people that love to see the next version of you and that encourage you to live a happier, healthier, more fulfilling life. Like, who really wouldn't? That is wanting the best for you. So, also, manifestation, I think, is a three-way street, okay? You start to attract things, but attracting something is just one thing. Keeping it is another thing, because you have to maintain it. You have to be so secure in it. You have to normalize it so much to the point that it is staying in your life and not just visiting for a week or two, okay? You don't, at least I do not only want the taste of something in life. I do not only want the taste of a really good relationship in my life. I want to have it, live with it every day, and like day in and day out. If it's relationships, if it's health, money, peace, your looks, whatever it is, you have to want it, get it, and keep it. And all of this you only do by building the habits, building the person that is getting it and keeping it. And what you really want right now is completely dependent on the season of life that you're currently in. Even if you are in one kind of season of your life and you are wanting another, like, actually I have a video on that, which you can click on. I'm kind of talking about why it matters to know what kind of season you're really living in, and how to have the most joy and like to live it out as much as you can, because different seasons require different kind of structure. That is how you kind of stop forcing every single life at once, because that's not possible. You can have everything, but not everything at the very same time in the beginning, okay? Living on autopilot is not being lazy in the negative sense. It's about intelligent integrate. It's about achieving your goals, about manifest, because manifestation becomes stable when your identity, your structures, your emotions, and your actions align. And this is what I call God's speed, and your life can finally flow. So much so to the point that you really need to have good structures, because you are changing constantly. Your life is changing constantly, rapidly. And I just love this kind of speed.